Good morning, friends. Oh, thank you. That was the Wednesday morning good morning that we needed. Good morning, all. Yes, happy Wednesday. I know I've talked to a couple of people. You probably all woke up just like I did, thinking that it was Friday. But it is only Wednesday, so that means we have 2 more great weeks ahead of us back at home base this week. We're excited for everything that we have going on today. Today is a start in this room. It's going to be really quick and efficient. We have 5 great breakout options that really connect to the work that you all can do when you go back to home base with those that you serve. After lunch, we have a couple of great things as well. We're going to spend some time with people in similar roles as us and talk about what are some next steps and how can we collaborate to make them happen. And then we're going to end our day with an uplifting message from Paul Liebenow. We'll talk a little bit more about those details here in just a minute. So let's go ahead and dive in. The way that we're going to get started, click. There we go. Maybe. Yeah. I think we need to, can you refresh that slide deck for us and start us over? I think there's been a couple edits. The way we're going to get started, and the slide will come up here in just a minute, is like Amy talked about yesterday, some schools are really thinking hard about that morning work time. So we thought, well, we could do a couple of things. We could have you come in and work on a worksheet, or you could come in and we could have a soft start for about 5 to 7 minutes and play a game. And so we're going to choose that option, which is a game with the early math cards that you have at your table. The game that we're going to play is Go Fish. So each of your tables has a set of our early math 10-frame cards. We're going to spend about 5 to 7 minutes. Feel free to play Go Fish. The slide is now up that has directions. If you don't have little ones like I do, and it's been a long time since you've played some Go Fish, the directions are there. Feel free to play. If you can get one game in, that would be great. The person who wins the game can take those cards. I'll come back on stage in 5 to 7 minutes and we'll continue with the party. Most importantly, drink some coffee, have some fun, have some good conversation, and we'll see you in a minute. We have about 1 minute, 30 seconds. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Thirty seconds. Very, very quickly, let's think just really quickly how it felt to start our day in this way. How did it feel to start our day in this way? Trish or Sonia or anybody else with a close mic, maybe let's just hear a couple thoughts. I know we started a fight up here at the front table, so I'm not sure that was the goal. Let's hear a couple thoughts. How did it feel to start our day in this way compared to the ways we started the last 2 days or other ways that you may have started an event before?
I'm really loud, even without the mic. Okay, I really love that, like, yesterday and that y'all, like, the tinker and play. Like, I have a really good colleague and friend who, like, says bring back the play and the test scores will follow. And, like, who isn't happier starting your day with play instead of worksheets? Yeah, worksheets. So it was fun.
Yeah, thanks so much. Who else? Up front.
I think we could have started with an icebreaker, but this really broke the ice in a different way and was simpler to set up and a lot of fun.
Great, thank you. Yeah, Amy was right. Yesterday she talked about the lack of stress for the teacher or facilitator as well. It was real chill for me too. What else? We'll collect one more.
I don't actually want this mic. I want to give it to Amy so she can drop it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Raise your hand if you're a winner of a brand new deck of early math cards. Yeah, round of applause for the winners. Yeah. It was. Nice. They're your friends. Okay, we are going to really efficiently give us some context of what the breakout sessions are. I know that Dr. Ball and Dr. Golson did a good job of kind of giving some idea of what their sessions were. We're going to create some context around the others, and then we're going to go ahead and break. So on the screen, in your program you have, it's probably best if you all want to bring those out, and I'll just kind of talk through them as we go. So the first option for breakout this morning is around learning labs. So one of the things that we've been working hard to develop in collaboration with Sam and Megan, who are going to be the facilitators of the session, is not only offering learning labs across the state for us to create a collaborative inquiry space for learning, but also develop training for anyone who wants to learn more about how to facilitate classroom learning labs. And so Sam and Megan are going to be sharing a learning lab process with the people in the breakout. So they have video of actual classroom, and they're going to kind of walk through an actual learning lab with the video. And you'll walk away with resources to continue that conversation in your context. Next up, we have Danielle and Scott. One thing that we also have been working hard on for quite a while now is thinking about adoption of high-quality instructional materials for mathematics. We know that is an ask from local districts across the state all the time, and we realize that there aren't common ways or resources that we've all been thinking about a process to adopt high-quality instructional materials. In addition to that, we know that 23H funding is right around the corner, and one of the line items in that new language is funding for high-quality instructional materials supported by an adoption process provided by ISDs. And so this is going to give us a window on some of the work that we've been doing to prepare for what's to come in the future. Scott and Danielle have been doing a lot of heavy lifting in addition to the math network from across the state. And so they're going to share some resources. They would say that we're not totally done with it yet, but they have slide decks created, they have rubrics created that they're going to talk through in that session. Next. On the back, we have our next session, which is around number sense routines. We did a little dabbling with that in the past 2 days. We have developed some resources to support the field in continuing to learn about number sense routines. Marcus, DJ, and Kristen Frang have developed, in collaboration with many others, a playbook that kind of gives another layer of detail to the wording of our Essential 6. So we think about the essentials as the what, like it tells us what to do, but not exactly how to do it. The playbook that we've developed gets another grain size into the how. So they have video of number sense routines. You're gonna get a copy of the playbook, and they'll talk through how a leader might utilize a playbook to support an educator or group of educators in learning about number sense routines. Not in an acquisition model, but in one that is participatory. So look forward to that. Next up, we have Dr. Missy Cosby, who was able to come in, who's been doing a ton of work alongside Maisie Golson on the modules. So a lot of you know we have the 2 modules released for Essential 5, and Missy's gonna be walking through some of the new ones that are gonna be launched. A peek behind the curtain, I don't know if they're all live exactly right now, but within the next week or 2, we'll have the first 10 modules that will be released. So we have 8 additional compared to the 2 that we have currently available. And Missy's gonna do a great job at providing some context around the modules. Last but not least, they gave their speech yesterday about the session, but Dr. Ball and Dr. Golson are going to take a group in this room through the political history of mathematics and what that means for us. And I think I heard them say yesterday, we're gonna be really thinking about what layers of change have been across decades when it comes to teaching and learning mathematics. Those are 5 great options. So if you have a team, it might be best to say, okay, let's talk about who's gonna go where so that we have someone who kind of has an in on each of those things. That might be a good practice for you. If you're here as an individual, choose your best. But I'm gonna give those that wanna talk with a team about where they might wanna go just a minute or 2 to do that. Talk through the 5 options, decide where you wanna go. I'll bring us back together in like a minute and a half. Go. Ten seconds. And two important things surface. They are, one, we understand that 2 of the sessions say Peninsula Room, but not different. I think there's a Peninsula A and a Peninsula B. Know that we'll have some people standing outside of the rooms helping you get to the one that you would like to go to, as long as you know which session you want to go to. And two, we had a question about, do we get the materials for all of them? You can. I'm sure that all of the materials are already in the app, so you could probably see them there. If they're not, they will be. The other thing is we have each of those 5 sessions that will be recorded and produced in a light way to provide access to the content for all of them if you want to view it later. Normally it takes us a couple months to get from event to turned around session video, like once we produce it, so it does take a little time, but you will have access to it. Any other clarifying questions that we might have before we venture off into a wonderful space? Y'all, we've been working hard, so enjoy this time. They're gonna be great sessions. Get to them, 9 o'clock will start, noon we'll be back here for lunch. See you soon.